Hi everyone, how's it going? Today I wanted to do a video that I've been meaning to do for a while, and I've had a couple people actually ask me about this. Similar questions, not exactly the same, but in regards to open slide blues tunings for open slide guitar playing. And I think I'm going to talk about open D, open E, and open G, because those are the three that I use. So I was debating whether to do a video for each of those, but I think I'm just going to combine them all into one video. And I'm going to start with open D, but before I get into that, I would like to talk about the slide playing in general before we start. So I have two slides that I brought. I have a bunch, but these are the two that I have around. Usually I'll switch back and forth between a metal slide and this glass slide. And then also, as whichever one you decide to use, both are great, any style you want. And then also, I usually use my pinky finger. Oh, my ring finger every once in a while. I use my pinky though, just because I think that's the way I learned when I was younger. I just started using it on my pinky. But I feel like with the ring finger, for me, when I use that is when I want to get a little more like control, like maybe if I'm recording or I need to get like notes, more precise sounding notes, slide guitar. I need to really get in there and like focus on the notes quality. I'll probably use my ring finger, but today I'm going to use my pinky, and I'll switch back and forth between the glass and the metal, but it's really up to the user. I have both. For every once in a while, maybe I feel like I like the sound of the glass. It's a little more smooth. For example, that's the glass one, and then I have this metal one that's kind of closed on one end. It's pretty cool. Not sure you can hear the difference that much on here, but I'll use the glass one today. So that's that. When you're playing, this video is for beginners who are trying to get into slide and open tunings for slide guitar blues. So I'm going to try to be pretty basic. So that's the point of this video, is because those are the people that had asked me were trying to learn and begin learning about slide guitar playing and open tuning. So I'm keeping it as basic as I can. So again, when you're playing slide, a lot of people like Derek Trucks, those type of people, a lot of guys, they're going to use their fingers to instead of a pick. I use a pick. I use my fingers sometimes, maybe to get. When I'm hybrid picking, I use my fingers, but I have a pick. So that's my style. That's what I'm going to do in this video. But I am muting with my palm a lot of the times. Most of the times, unless I really want some loud, like full sounding strums and notes. And then I'm muting with my palm, and then also with the fingers, if you can see this. So I'm usually muting with these fingers. So like, let's say this is the neck of the guitar. The slide's hitting the strings, but I'm also muting it with these a little bit too. So those are just two things to keep in mind and work on when you're learning slide guitar. So anyways, let's get into it. Open D tuning. This guitar is already in open D. I hope it's still in tune. I tuned it earlier, but for open D, it is tuned to the D major chord, which, let me show you, the low E is now a D. So let me just go in order, low to the higher strings. D, A, D, F sharp, A, and then D, sorry. So a blues progression is 1, 4, 5. If you don't know what that means, I'll quickly try to describe it. 1 is your root note. In this case, we're in D because we're open D. And then so we got the open string is D, or the 12th fret. So that's your 1 chord, which is D. And then you have a 4 chord for blues, which would be, by 4 I mean you count, or you go up D, E, F, and then G. So G is your 4 chord, and G for us is the 5th fret. And then 5, your 5 chord is the next, just the next chord, which is A. So your D is 1, so you just count up D, E, F, G is your 4. A is your 5. So that's our 1-4-5 chord progression. Let me now show you a quick like blues progression in 1-4-5 that you can start as you like kind of learn to play the blues and then play slide with that. 5, 4. Back to the 1. There's a turnaround there that I'd like to show you too. So I'm going to walk slowly through this progression. Oh, and what I'm doing here is basically it's all the top, the low 2 notes of the 5th, 6th, and the 5th strings, and then I'm putting my first finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. And then for the 4 chord, it's on the, I'm barring the 5th fret, but I'm not playing the notes down below here. I'm muting those. Really, I'm just playing the top, again, playing the low 2, 6th and 5th strings, and I'm hammering on to the 7th fret on the 5th string here. When I get to the 5 chord, that's the 7th fret, same pattern as the 4 chord on the 5th fret, but I'm just moving it here, the 7th fret, and I'm hammering on to the 9th fret on the 5th string. And back to the 5th fret for the 4 chord. And here's the turnaround. So what I'm doing there is I'm fretting the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And you can strum or pluck all the notes below that, just they're all open. That's the beauty of the open tuning. The 2nd fret of the 5th string, and then the 1st fret of the 5th string, and then open. And then you can start here on the 5th fret with your slide and chromatically go 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, and then start again with your 1 chord. And I'm adding some little embellishments when I'm playing on the 1 chord. 4. 5, 4. Turner. So what I'm doing there to add those little embellishments, so obviously your open strings, open tuning, so you can go to the 12th fret and just play, like you can play the low 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings. Kind of slide into those, into the 12th fret. Add a little vibrato there. You're kind of muting a little bit with your other fingers. Or don't mute, you can make it nice and loud. And then you can do a similar thing when you're on the 4 chord. Play the same thing you're doing on the 12th fret for this one. You kind of slide into the 5th fret there, the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings with your slide. Then you're back to the 1. And when you get to the 5 chord, the same thing you did with the 4 chord, the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string, but you slide into the 7th fret. You're back to that 4. That's a fairly simple blues progression, just to show you kind of the basics and get you into this blues playing. After you practice, like get familiar with where to play when you're in open tuning, you can add extra, start adding little extra things. And I'm not going to get too much into that because, I mean, this is supposed to be basic and it's going to get too detailed, but there's many different turnarounds and ways to do that. But I'm just showing you a pretty simple one that sounds really cool already. Anyways, hopefully that helps or makes sense. Next, I'm going to tune my guitar to open E and quickly just show you. It's it's pretty much identical, just in a different tuning. It's going to be the same frets, same progression. I'll show you. You'll see in a second. So now I've tuned my guitar to open E. And let me quickly show you what the strings are tuned to now. So I've got E for my low E string. Got B for my 5th string. I've got E for my 4th string. G sharp for my 3rd string. I got B for my 2nd string. And I've got E for my 1st string. So here's what it sounds like strummed as a chord. And again, so for blues, what we're talking about today is the 1-4-5 progression. So I'm just going to quickly go through that. It's the same exact thing, same frets that we played in the previous example with open D. So it's 1-4-5. So your 1 chord's here, open, or the 12th fret. So that's your 1 chord, and then your 4 chord, again, is the 5th fret. Right? And then the 7th fret is going to be your 5 chord. 4, 1. So let's do that progression again. Starting with the 1 chord, here's the progression. I'm just going to run through it real quick in E, just so we remember. 1. 4 chord, back to the 1. Here comes the 5, 5, 4, the turnaround. And again, that turnaround is exactly the same that I'm using. I'm not going to go into any more detail. I use it the same. I use this tuning the same way that I use open D. There's obviously many more ways to use this, but I'm just showing the basics and kind of how I use it today. So next, I'm going to tune my guitar to open G, and you'll see this is going to be a little different. You'll see, but we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, now I've tuned my guitar to open G. So this one's a little different. The 6th string for this tuning is actually D, and the 5th string is G. The 4th string is D again. G is the 3rd string. B is the 2nd string. And D is the high E. So before, remember I was showing that blues thing. Doesn't work with this tuning if you do that. Dun, 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 dun. You can't do it with the 5th string here. You have to do that pattern. You have to actually, you can use the 2nd fret, but you have to use the 4th string now. So instead of hammering on before with the 2nd fret or the 5th string, you have to do the 4th string, the 2nd frets, for the 1 chord. And you can add some little embellishments, some open, you can strum the open third, second, and first strings below that to add a little extra, you know, to the chord, to the progression. See, I messed up. So for this one, I'm going to run through the 1, 4, 5 on this one. Again, same frets, but you're going to have to use different strings to get that little hammer-on part. So let me show you, let me run through the progression real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So again, I'm using the fourth string, second fret. So the difference there is, again, I'm using the fourth string. When I get to the 4 chord, I'm still using the 5th fret, but I'm hammering onto the 4th string this time on the 7th fret. And then with the 5th chord, the 5 chord, on the 7th fret, I'm hammering on, again, still hammering on to the 9th fret, but I'm hammering on again to the 4th string. So it's all about the 4th string. I'm hammering on to that this time. And for the turnaround, also the 4th string. Same thing. You start from the, but you'll still the 3rd fret, 2nd, and 1st fret, but the 4th string. And you can strum all the notes open below that with that to make that beautiful full sounding thing with the turnaround. Okay, well, hope that made sense. I was going to show you one little extra thing that I love to play when I'm in open G tuning. It's like a little variation on Rollin and Tumblin. If you haven't heard that by Muddy Waters, a lot of people have done it. Anyways, so to play that, I'm doing open 1st string, and I'm sliding from the 3rd to the 5th fret. And then I'm sliding, kind of sliding back and then releasing from the 5th back to the 3rd and open. And then back. 5, open, 3rd, open, and then 2nd string, 3rd fret, but I'm sliding to the 2nd fret from the 3rd. Get that? Let's do the whole pattern. So that's that first part, and this part's fun. I'm doing the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings, open, and then I'm gonna play. I'm also using my hand to mute when I'm not playing. So I'm playing those 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings, and then I'm open, and then I'm playing the slide on the 3rd fret. But but I'm muting, so I'm trying to make sure I'm only playing those with the slide as well. It's like open, third, open. And then I'm playing on the 6th string of the 3rd fret with that slide. And I'm adding the 5th string too. And then I actually play it, usually I actually do play it, instead of playing just the 1 string, I'm actually adding the 1st and 2nd strings when I play that, so it's more like this.